Hey, people, whoever watch this. So, I just want to share something I'm in my life. Um, Clearly, I have an accent, so I'm Jamaican, and sometimes I do chip in and out. I'm a Jamaican dialect and speak standard English, but for the most part, I speak really dancing in between both languages. It's fine. If you can't understand, I'm sorry, but if you do and you enjoy this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and you can go ahead and subscribe. I try to start vlog more often. Every time I say this and then I never ever do nothing else. Update for everything while going. The last time I post a video, I talk about say I gotta do the weight loss surgery, which I did go to the doctor. I went and did all of the appointments I did 3 visits up to the point that I was supposed to do the testing for them to test my GI, I think GI tract, I think it was called, to see if there's no, basically to clear me for surgery, that there's no issue with my stomach lining and stuff like that will prevent me from having the surgery, right? By the time I was getting to that point, I got so not interested anymore. And the main reason is my goal was in my mind, if I lost weight the way that I wanted to lose, was to join the army. And once I read that if I had the surgery, the weight loss surgery, then I was disqualified from doing that, then I lost interest in the surgery anyhow. Not knocking surgery, nothing is wrong with surgery. Clearly I still need to lose a lot of weight, so that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I just did not choose that path for me. I still went ahead, I got braces, hence to fix my imperfect teeth. I did sign up with a trainer at the gym. To be honest, he's a pretty awesome trainer. Have I been doing my part? 50%. It has been challenging for me to get in a gym ritual, but it's something that I am working on. I haven't gotten there yet, but I'm working on it. For the past 2 months, what it taught me, I see the definition in my body, like the definition, and I know if I was putting in the work, I'd have lost mad weight by now, but I really struggle with the bouts of depression and anxiety. So I do stress eat, and anytime I feel like things get a little bit too overbearing, then I will use food for comfort. I'm working on it. When I say I'm working on it, I'm actively working on it. Tomorrow I plan to just really start back going full speed ahead again. It's like, for me, I just plan that this is gonna be my life. It's not gonna be a quick fix anything over here. It's really a change in my life. I'm doing these things to set up a healthy habit of me incorporating exercise and eating right in my diet. I had cut out junk food for a while, and now I saw that I started to waver again. So I'm gonna deal with that. Okay, so I addressed the the major things that were in my last video. At this point, I do feel more comfortable with myself. I'm learning to love me more. Honestly, I love me. Like, everything I'm doing at this point going forward is just for my happiness and my well-being. Okay, so let me just share how I'm feeling today. So I had this friend, right? And we were friends for over a year. Just real friends, like close friends. We ended up I knew he was in a long distance relationship, but it's like he was at the point that this is what he told me. He told me that the person he's in, the female that he's in a long distance relationship with, she didn't want to make the move to New York, because I live in New York, and build a life for him. And we became some kind of friends with benefit. Not really, but it just really progressed from friends, and we transitioned to a relationship. Okay, at first I wasn't feeling good about that because one, I don't want to be the cause of anyone else's pain, right? And I was like, okay, being that it's long distance and you have not seen this person for over a year, is it something that you want to conclude, like just to say, I'm gonna date other people, kind of not necessarily saying you're dating someone, but just kind of just like, give the person the choice to choose whether they wanna proceed with building something with you or moving on with their life so you can move on with your life. I don't know if I was being selfish. You can let me know if I was being selfish, because on my end he was kind of like, we're pretty great as friends, da 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 da. And once the all other involvement came into play, it's like, okay, now he wanted to become possessive, right? For me, due to the fact that I had just made up my mind that I think I should give you the backstory because that would make sense. The backstory is I'm divorced. I have 2 children. And basically that's it. So he already knows the story because remember I told you we're friends and we were very close friends. And I felt like him being there, being a support system for me for all these months, I didn't feel comfortable transition to a relationship, but I didn't feel as bad as trying to go into a new relationship, if you get what I'm saying. Because I told myself I really didn't want to go into a new relationship with anyone or anything, because I'm really at this point that I just want to relax, have peace of mind, and enjoy my life. Okay, once the possessiveness started getting into play, and it became where we were starting to meet each other's family and stuff like that. But one thing he did that I didn't like, when he told me, I said, I'm not gonna, you can't ask for a relationship and think you're gonna treat me like I'm a secret, right? Because everyone know you have this long distance relationship, but at the end of the day, you're telling me this, but you're not saying this to everyone else around you, right? I said, I think you should set everything straight, because I don't want to be a part of no mess. I don't want to be a part of no drama. Anyhow, he called his mom on FaceTime one day, and he called me on FaceTime. But he didn't say, Mom, this is my girlfriend, da da da. He just kind of just sat there. And that was, luckily for me, my phone was actually having some service issues in the area that I was at the time, because it was so impromptu. Like, I wasn't even set up for the call or anything. He just did it. It was weird. Okay, I tried to manage through the conversation. The phone eventually got disconnected because honestly, I really had not good service where I was. And moving on. Fast forward, 3 months passed by, going to 4, and it's like, okay, remember we already knew some family members for each other because we were friends, and we would socialize. Anyhow, he kept I felt, and this is honestly what I felt as if he kept toying with my emotion. You know how someone can know your triggers and they could know what to say to get to you? I felt like he was doing that. I felt like he was using the situation to his advantage. I felt as if he was a narcissist, in the sense that he had his ulterior motive and he was in it for whatever he was going to do. This is what I was feeling. I got upset because I tried to cut it off several times, and he would be like, oh, I don't know why you're trying to do this. We're so great together, which we really don't have any problems being together. My problem is I'm not going to be there, and you're going to be in a whole commitment with someone else, and then you're lying to both of us, really, and you're cheating yourself out of something that could actually be really good. And I don't want to waste my time with you doing that. And I'm not going to help you keep any secret. Matter of fact, I'm beautiful. I'm fearfully, wonderfully made. I am smart. I have so much going for myself for me to want to do that with anybody, to be honest. Anyhow, he kept doing the most, not wanting to just let us go back to being friends or whatever. And after talking about love, and I really started to catch these feelings. So I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? Blah blah blah. So I try to bear it. I try to say, okay, maybe it won't bother me. But yes, it was bothering me. And I guess I spoke up about it. And he kept lying. He told me that they moved on to being just like hi and bye friends over the phone. And I knew he was lying. When you know someone is lying, you don't even have to ask. And remember, I've known him for so long. I know when he's lying. So I knew his ass was lying. And anyhow, I saw her calling. He was at my house. I saw her calling, and I got really upset. I didn't argue or do anything. I just kind of just like ended the day right there, asked him to go to his house, and I just stayed. I decided there and then I'm going to leave it alone. It's not worth it. And once it starts to make me feel some type of way, especially because I wasn't seeking any relationship and I didn't want a relationship, and for him to know this, I feel like, knowing what I've been through, I just felt like he was just using it to his advantage. That's how I was feeling. Anyhow, when he went home, he kind of just told me, oh, he already had told me about it. Plus, he's not cheating because they don't see each other and they're just high and by, trying to spin that lie again. I got so mad because I blocked him everything. He called me from his house phone. He sent me several emails. I read them. I read what they said. It was so things that would turn my emotion. You know what I mean? Like, just playing the victim, like I'm just a big bad wolf trying to just eat him all up or something like that. So I was like, okay, let me I was still like at the point of saying, let me leave this alone. He kept just not stop texting me all these crazy stuff, and to the point that I felt irritated, right? And I'm passive aggressive. If you know me, you know I'm passive aggressive. So once I got irritated, so I decided, if you're going to lie to me and you're going to tell me that you're not in anything with her and you keep want to toy with me and you keep want to do this, even though I'm telling you, I cannot tolerate this. I don't want this. I don't want to be a part of this. I said, I thought it was only fair for me to just contact her directly, which I did. Now, when I did that, I contacted her. It wasn't anything on any disrespectful or anything like that. It was just really just a conversation, and it was really like three stances of text message. One kind of like a paragraph, not really, and the other two was like, "Hey, how you doing?" She asked who was this. I told her who it was. Because she actually knows me. Well, not in person, but like we've said hello before. So, okay. She asked me why I asked if they were still involved. And then she told me yes they were. They'd never been not involved. And she said why I asked. So I was so mad at this point. I just went ahead and told her. I didn't tell her everything. I told her what was important. I told her because we went into a relationship. He told me you guys are not high and by friends. And I just wanted to know, like, is that true or not? You see, clearly I could have made it much worse by saying all the other stuff, like the tons and tons of stuff, but then I just left it alone because I first of all, this lady did nothing to me. She's actually a very sweet lady. She did nothing to me, and in some ways I want to say I want to blame myself, but at the same time, what the hell am I blaming myself for? Someone said they're in a long-distance relationship that they haven't seen this person over a year and they're tired of that, and the person doesn't want to move on with them. And I thought, based on what I'm looking for, he didn't meet all all my standards and requirements, but he met them like 70%, right? So I was like, okay, the rest we could work on, because no one is perfect. That's what I thought. But once my feeling got into play, I realized that I made a very bad decision. In hindsight, now everyone is mad, I guess. I don't know if we'll ever speak again or anything like that. In hindsight, I think the lesson I took from this is to follow my gut feeling anyway, because I knew how I was feeling, but I didn't listen to myself. I let someone else influence me on my emotion, and then at the end of the day, I felt like I lost whatever it was. Not the person. I don't think you can lose a person. I think people choose who they want, who they are, and who they're gonna be. So I'm not upset for that or anything like that. I think I lost my valuable time. You know, I could have been spending all that time doing something else. Not that it was all bad or anything like that, but you know what I mean. I'm somewhat disappointed because I expected much more, and I had expected honesty, and that's one of the things. The thing I realized too, no one owes you anything. If you do meet a person who genuinely is trustworthy and is about, helping you to be better, and you're helping them to be better, that's a battle won. Because in these streets, I don't even know what's going on out here. Everyone is singing the streets. They're calling their name. They're going to the streets. I'm not going to no streets. There's nothing in these streets. I'm going to sit at my house and read a book, or watch some TV, go do my exercise at the gym, and come back home and go to work and take care of my children. Like, there's nothing in the streets for me. But anyhow, I feel much better now that I've talked about it, like what happened. A lot of things have been omitted because it's not really necessary. I don't know. My friend told me to go sign up for POF and kind of just, date. Not date for it to be like, a whole committed relationship. But what he explained to me was, because I closed off myself from other people, I made it so easy for someone to do something like that, and if I had left myself open with options, I would not have settled for those stupid red flags when I saw them initially. And I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, that's true. I'm not one to want to jump around and go, have several men or anything like that, but at the same time, I like conversations. I like being able to talk to different people and stuff. So I think I'm going to use it as a socializing platform a little bit and see how it works for me. And I'll keep you guys updated and tell you what's going on with it, how it's been working for me. I am grateful to be alive. I'm grateful that I did not die in the pandemic yet, and I hope not to. I'm grateful that, everyone around me is well and alive and doing okay, and to everyone who lost someone, whether it be by just other violence or just by the COVID pandemic, my heart goes out to you. It's not easy. Right now, we don't know where we're going. We don't know what's around the corner, but I hope we are moving to greener pastures and that we'll all find some form of happiness. Until next time, take care. Love you. Stay happy. Stay blessed. I would say stay warm, but the time is heating up. So stay cool. And I'll talk to you in the next video. Goodbye.